Welcome to Ev's Shed. It gets pretty warm under this veranda, so watch me build some curtain blinds. I'll turn this into this. Measure where I'm going to anchor my clips for all my wires. To hang my curtain, I'm going to use specialist wire balustrade system, and these are the fittings that it comes with. So from right to left, I'm using a 3.2mm stainless steel wire rope. Also saddles, these are all stainless steel saddles. Wire rope thimble, 3mm. This basically goes around like that. The nickel plated copper swage. The jaw to jaw bottle screw. You just screw this and it tightens up the rope. I'm using 10 gram 16mm hex head for the metal to screw it into my beams. This is where a bit of mathematics comes into play. So how do I work out how much wire I need to cut for my span distance? So I know my distance is 3.465 millimeters, so 3.465 meters. I know that my swage bottle and fittings are 180 mil, so I need to subtract that from my distance, but also then I need to measure, I need to make sure that this wire to that wire with a 40mm loop is also added on there. So a bit of maths, I subtract my 180mm from my total span and then I add 40mm to it, and then fix the other end swage lock. See, I put it through there, my line is right there, and see how easy it is to cut. Here's a simple and easy way to make a swage fitting. Put the swage over the wire, make a big loop, pass it through, so you've got a nice big rope. Now slowly start making it smaller. What we want to do is have pull the wire into the fitting about a quarter of a way through, leave it about here, and then we keep on pulling this through. Now when we get to about here, it gets a bit harder to pull through, but you can see it's still, the other wire's not moving. So I use a bit of timber, I pull it down and it's still in there, tighten it up. Now I put my thimble in there and I pull again on the wire. So that wire rope's not moving, the other one is. So now it's getting tighter and tighter and the wire rope's still in there. So now we'll just hold it and pull it down. Now that's nice and tight. Align it with the corresponding size and just tighten it up. It's that simple. I usually do 3 to 4. It all depends on what you want. And there you go. I've just connected my clip and my fitting to the beam. I've also connected my other side of the rope to the other beam as well. Now I'm ready to connect it all up. Run through that, and all I need to do is just screw that, and you can see that the wire is getting nice and taut. So it's that simple. Once you've connected your saddle clip to one beam and the other saddle clip to the other beam, all it is just putting it together. And you can see I've got my wire. So the next part is finishing the rest of it, and then I'll hang the curtain. I've got a piece of canvas. Now this is the ones that they use for the painters, but it's good quality thick canvas material. As you can see, it's 3.65 meters wide, which is perfect for our width, and also 5.4 meters. So we do need a bit of extra length so when we do set up our curtains. The timber that I'll be using is a pine timber for the rods that the curtains will hang off, and this is a 30mm by 18mm. 30 mils by 18 mil. We don't need anything too big. For my curtains, I have a length of 4 meters. So what I'll need is 9 rods. Because I want the spacing to be fairly short, around 700 millimeters between each rod. So when they do close, it only drops about 350 mils down. So it's not hitting your head when you walk past the curtain when it's fully closed. To sew the material, you first do a loop. In this case, each of my loops will be 70 mils either side. So you measure 140, you loop it over, and you just do a double stitch sew. Then you measure out 70 mil from that end to your next loop you're going to make. Do the same thing. You get your 700 mil center, you come down 70 mil, and then you do pin it and do a double stitch. So what I'm going to do is I'll route out half of the depth, put it in together, and then it will make one flush timber, and I'll glue and screw it together. I've taken half the material off and just nicely finished it off to make it nice and smooth. And you can see now that the two pieces fit perfectly together, and now it's time to glue and screw it together. Just make sure we have the glue evenly across the whole surface. Do the same with the other surface. Apply the clamps on there now. See, the glue's coming out, so give that a wipe. I've got a screw that is just a bit less than the thickness of the timber. Timber's 18 mil, this is 16 mil. Now that I've made the curtain, it's time to iron it. It's even better ironing with this industrial ironing board. Makes life easier. The curtain's ready to put the rod through. So I've got each pleat here. I'm threading the rod right through, all at the end. As you can see, that's all done, and I'm ready for the next one. To attach the hooks, I want a distance of 520 mil from the end, is my first point where I put the hook on. I drill a pilot hole, just a little bit smaller than my hook, and these are the hooks I'm going to use, very small 25 mil hooks. And all I need to do is just screw them in. I've hung my first hooks up with my curtain rod, and now I'm going to go through, mark these up, put my hooks in, and then hang them up as I go along. It's all complete. Now let's hang the rest of it up. that's done. What an amazing transformation. By putting up these curtains, I've now put some shade underneath this veranda. Now, well, let's open it up and let's just see what it looks like. So that's the shade cloth retracted. You can see how much light comes through, but during peak summer, it gets unbearably hot under here. So let's open it up. Now look how much shade we've got under here. If you like what you've seen today on Ev's Shed, please hit the like button and also subscribe to Ev's Shed. Catch you later. If you've enjoyed what you've seen, hit the like button. And please subscribe to Ev's Shed.